Welcome back to Autism Live. We have with us live in the studio a remarkable young woman. I enjoy you so much. It's Kameena Dawkins. She's been on the show before. She is, you have a light about you. Let's say that. And I feel like you're on a mission, and it's a mission that I feel like is a sister mission to a lot of the missions that a lot of other people are on. But you had recently emailed me and told me some of the things that you had going on and some of the places you'd been, like, oh, the places you will go, kind of Dr. Seuss thing. And we said, we got to have you on. There's still more places that you're about to go, so maybe we can talk about all of that. So first, let's start with, what have you been up to lately?
Wow. So that is the $1,000,000 question for me, as always. And it's such a pleasure to be back here on your show. And everything you said is true. Sister Missions is starting to become my middle name. And Dr. Seuss's birthday is the same day as mine, March 2nd.
Really?
So Pisces rules.
There we go.
But I wanted to let you know some great news that I have a new title, and it is World Autism Ambassador.
World Autism Ambassador.
Yes.
That's a pretty special title.
It is. I mean, I'm just loving this new adventure that I've been on. So for Light It Up Blue, for Autism Awareness Month, I've had the pleasure of my sister and I, Kalila, to go to Cairo, Egypt, and to share our story and our parent perspective, and also to perform for some children with our music that we do, and to, most of all, celebrate Light It Up Blue by helping to light up the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid Complex.
Like?
It was crazy. I mean, I know today is the day I'm going to show my light and just let it shine full on, because what was able to happen there, for I lighted up blue for all the monuments that were lit up there, because it was over, I don't want anybody to misquote me, but there was quite a few. It wasn't just like the one or two. We had a live streaming coverage and footage of when the media were taking pictures of all the monuments that had been lit up in Cairo. Wow. And so I believe they hold the record there in Cairo, Egypt, for lighting up the most monuments on that particular day. Wow. So World Autism Awareness Day is a blessed event there, and everyone is in support. And Kalila and I, as K-Divas and as autism ambassadors and as autism moms, we were so just delighted to take part in that.
It's amazing. And so you guys, when you perform, you're the K-Divas.
We're K-Divas, yes.
Which is wonderful. And it's your twin sister, correct?
It is my twin sister. And so this is a bit of a coming out for her as well, because, the last time we spoke, her son had really just been diagnosed.
Yes.
And he's high functioning, and he's now fully verbal.
Oh,
so and that's such a success, and we're sharing our successes, and so I think that's a big one. Some people take that for granted, that on the outside world, but in the autism world, that's a big thing, hearing your son say mama. Yes. And so I giving all of that credit to my sister Kalila as being really an autism mom who's she's jumped in with both feet.
Well, how could she not? Because you'd already set a bar for her, right? And I know I have twin nieces, and I know that there is twin, competitiveness, so she had to. I mean, but what a good thing for her. What a good thing for her, because now she has a boy who's speaking and high functioning, and so wonderful that you were there for her and had already, kind of swathed through the path of what had to happen.
And I will admit to that, but the competitiveness I will not admit to. I want to say that I strongly encouraged her. I'm just kidding. I threw that in there for her. But
so you were in Cairo on the day.
Yes, and so we were in Cairo on the actual day. And basically, I want to back up and say how we got there.
Okay.
So the last time I was on your show, we spoke about Tembisa, which is located in Africa, and there is ongoing conversations between myself and the country of Ghana and the country of South Africa. Yeah. Thanks to your inspiration there, I did make a connection, but this time we were able to make a connection to Cairo, Egypt, to the Egyptian Autistic Society under the founder Dalia Soliman, who is an educational psychologist. But ironically enough, though, she's not the parent of a child with autism. So the parent perspective is something that she was interested in finding. And so originally we were there to take a spiritual trip. Okay. I am a very spiritual person.
Yes.
Less religious, but more spiritual, and just believing in just bringing out the divine in all of us, and inspiring that. Thus, the light that I try to inspire others to have when I say to them, shine on. Yeah. But during that spiritual pilgrimage, where my sister and I totally got activated, but I reached out to the Egyptian Autistic Society and found out that Dahlia had she's not only a part of that and the founder of that, but she had started a clinic, which is in a home setting called Launch Egypt.
Okay.
And Launch Egypt is where she delivers all of the care for some very blessed children, because they have over 1 million children with autism that is really undiagnosed. They may have been misdiagnosed,
Wow.
and the ones that are diagnosed get the opportunity to come to this clinic setting and receive services. So we saw, and there was a beautiful OT gym, and it's much like a school. This lady's just doing her thing. So Dahlia welcomed us in for the specific event, but it was not only that. We were able to be on a sort of a press tour to be able to then promote the awareness of the event for the Light It Up Blue initiative. So we were able to visit Nile FM, which is their English-speaking radio there, because the country is Arabic English, and the English-speaking radio station there, we just had such a great time interviewing with her and being able to share about our music, about K-Divas. So we would be able to, all my lives converged on one market there.
Right.
I got to be myself, an autism mom, and I also got to be
a performer,
an artist,
spiritual person who's,
all of these things were in effect.
Amazing.
And then on the actual day, April 2nd, we were able to take part in I'm skipping something. So at the actual center, Launch Egypt, we were able to be on live TV. I hope I'm saying that correct. On live TV, which we were able to do a TV spot that was heavily promoted with us singing to the children.
Amazing.
And what we were doing, we're giving an example about how music is so powerful in the lives of children with autism. So I got to be everything, and I was just like, I was inspired. But you know how hard it is to sing to a group of children who want to get up and move. And so I found myself almost like mothering at the same time, like, hey, you sit down.
Yes.
Okay, good. Giving everybody high fives as we were actually performing the song. Hardest thing ever to do.
Wow.
Harder than performing in front of 50,000 people.
Right.
But well received.
Yes.
The children sang along, and it was very fulfilling. So back to the actual day. We all went to this beautiful press conference sponsored by Momentum Egypt, and it was not, I want to say red carpet, but red carpet-ish, but all the dignitaries were there, right. The government, who is totally in alliance with Dahlia Soliman. And so we were able to participate in the actual press conference, where we were able to see live performances by children on the spectrum, and I got to be a guest and not have to work too hard that day. But the beauty of their initiative there was more to autism. Thus the hashtags were like more to autism, and I just really, I felt that.
Yeah.
That was something that for my daughter, who's now 14, who's coming into her own self-advocacy, and she makes arts and crafts, and she has a new website, business that's coming out, it struck home with me.
Wow.
To see, that Keena could be, that there was more to autism.
Yes. I love this hashtag, more to autism, because it can
Yes.
mean so many different things. They're all positive.
Yes, they are. And they're all positive. And what we were doing there, just so that I say this out loud, it's more probably for me than the viewers, but just as much, is that not only is there more to autism, but there's more to life, and this trip has taught me to cherish how just very blessed we are in this country. And, we fight and maybe nitpick about services and interventions and getting this and getting that. But to see people in a country who are worried about the basic necessities of a life, food, shelter, clothing, water, a safe place to live, right. Where they've recently gone through a revolution there, what the citizens call a revolution there, yeah. And what I would flat out call war.
Yeah.
That
it puts it in perspective.
It puts it in perspective.
Yeah.
How ultimately just lucky and blessed that we are.
Yes.
And so it always humbles me to be a part of a project and a world project like that. And I will continue to do it for as long as this is my fight, which is forever, because I'm a mom and an aunt and
a World Autism Ambassador.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a pretty...
Sported proud.
I want to know, do you have a special uniform for that with a special coat of arms and medals? And because it sounds like you get a cool jacket.
I shall make a cool jacket, but if with
Like
any
it has
gift,
to have epaulets on it. I'm picturing epaulets.
I think I'll do a maybe shout out to Beyonce. Maybe I'll get my cool
There you
looking
go.
performer
Right?
jackets in. But this was a gift. And so I sport it proud in the meantime.
There
So
you
this is
go.
what I'm going to do here.
I love it.
And we'll do that. But just I once again want to thank you for being letting me be on the show and inspire me to reach across the world, because this is really a world issue.
It is a world issue.
In Autism Awareness Month, people know of autism, but they don't know what it actually is. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what is autism, how it presents itself. And so I want to kind of break some of those stereotypes down and make sure that I bring it home. So all of the things that I'm doing here, I'm able to go over to other countries and maybe share my perspective and give them some tips and pointers about parent education, and just just empower the people.
Absolutely.
Empower the parents, because the parents are the power. They're the constant who have to be there, whether there's services, interventions, therapies, medication, or anything.
Kamena's taking us to church.
I am.
That's
Woo-hoo!
right. So, this is, part and parcel of what you've been doing, but you've got other stuff coming up too. Tell us where you're off to next.
Wow. She always gets me with these. I don't really like to talk about myself a lot, believe it or not. I like
But
to
you
talk
got a
about the
lot
cause.
to share.
So I'm on my way to Capitol Hill. And of course, I wouldn't be a proper World Autism Ambassador without taking it to my own government and really just being a part of the solutions that shall be created there. And I hope I choose.
Amen. I mean, because that's positive assumptive, and that's what we need.
And that's what I'm here for, to make sure that it's not just, and I have such a perspective now that I'm on fire.
That's right.
So I want to take that fire where it counts. And so at the end of this month, I will be on Capitol Hill speaking to our Congress people, women, men.
Yes.
To make sure that they are aware of what our concerns are and how important these things are. In my own life, I always have a solemn moment where I speak about my daughter being in residential, and that is absolutely one of my issues and topics, I should say, topics to speak about, which is, we have a aging population of children on the spectrum who are going to be adults. Yes. So I know that we've been talking about transition a lot, but what about housing for them? What about adult care and medical homes? What about comorbidities such as mental health and people who are able, and doctors and clinicians who are able to treat a comorbidity, autism, with mental health issues? Yeah. So we're really getting into it. Yes, I'm taking you to church, and I'm going to continue to preach, I want to say. But from my perspective, we'll do it in a nice way, and I'll always be positive.
And I love that. So if people are watching and they go, okay, this woman is on fire, and it's the fire that we need where we are, as a World Autism Ambassador, can they request for you to come to their area, wherever it is in the world?
Absolutely.
How do they do that?
You can request me through my website, which is my entertainment website, which is my flagship, and it's kdivas.com.
And I think we've got that up on the screen, kdivas.com.
Look at that.
We're a real show.
And I love it. You're a real person, and you get it done. kdivas.com, and what you're going to get is really a 2-for-1. And that's double entendre, because I am a twin. So
you get both twins.
You can go ahead and get both twins, or you can get the entertainment aspect of it as well, where we're able to use our music as a voice and as a sound for those who may not have the ability to communicate for themselves in that particular way by speaking or by singing. So you get a little bit of everything, and I'm just so happy to be able to share it. And so please call me.
Absolutely, and that's anywhere in the world, because we have viewers. We're international, and we have people that are watching us in every country that's on the planet at this point. But even for folks that are here in the United States, if you want to have Kameena and her sister come, what's great is that you've got a performance element to it, but they also, obviously, you can hear that Kameena is a beautiful, inspirational speaker.
I'm doing what I'm stepping outside of my own comfort zone to share and do something that I feel is very rarely done. And I, once again, I'm happy to have the platform to do it. And so if I can be of any help to anyone around the world, I will come to you. I will come to them. I will go and do the work that needs to be done, and say some things in a very nice way that people need to hear.
Yeah, well, you don't shy away from the truth.
Oh no.
But you have a great deal of tact, and your mission is positive, and your message is positive. But you're not going to candy coat things and continue to have people say that something is purple when it's green.
Absolutely so. Absolutely correct. And that something is, I don't know, orange when it's actually blue.
Right.
Because lighting it up blue is more than an initiative for just the United States. It's for across the world. And I think that makes us a global community.
Yes.
And we want to start thinking globally and acting locally.
I love that.
And I will let that be the end.
Thank you so much for coming here and being with us.
Thank
it's
you for
always
having
a treat.
me.
Always a treat. Good luck on the Hill.
Thank you.
I think when when this actually airs, you will be on the Hill. I think that's how that works, and so it'll be timely.